Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about well pumps, but more specifically, low water pressure and how to get better water pressure. So stick around. Let's get right into it. Hey everybody, my name is Robert, aka Mr. Dipper. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. There you go, the button's right down there. Leave a comment, right? Let us know what you're doing out there, what you're thinking about out there. Today's subject, we're going to be talking about well pumps and how to get better water pressure. I've lived on a property for 20 some odd years that we have a well pump. We're not connected to city water, and it seems like we're constantly always having to do something with it. And we're going to teach you how to deal with this issue yourself. The problem was yesterday we went to go use the sink in the kitchen, and the water was just dribbling out of there. There's just no pressure at all. And instead of having called the well pump guy, and cost you 100, 200, 300 bucks, whatever it is, to get them to come out here, on a Saturday with a problem, I'm going to teach you how to fix it yourself. Now, it doesn't matter if you're mechanically inclined or not. This is the easiest thing to fix. Okay, there's only three things that you need to really know. One, you got to locate the pressure sensor, and that's right down there, typically at the bottom of the well pump. This is my well pump. All right, then after you figure that out, you need to find the power. And again, there's usually an on and off switch somewhere close to the well pump. As you see, mine kind of stuck out there into the house. And just underneath that little flip-flop there, it's just a switch. So you're just able to turn it on and off. It's pretty simple. And then the air intake. All right, that's that little black nipple thing right there at the top. He said nipple. Anyway, it's just a cap. So you just unscrew it, right? And there is your intake, kind of like a car tire, right? So that's where you're going to put your air. All right. Now, by the way, with that little black cap, make sure you're not overscrewing it. Just snug. Don't want to put it on too tight. So here's the first thing that we need to do. One, we need to figure out where your tank is pressurized to begin with. Now, to do that, you're basically just going to open up a faucet in the house. Then you're going to go out to the tank, and you're going to look at that pressure gauge. Remember, that's the thing right down there at the bottom, right? And when your pump cuts on, that's what's going to tell you what the pressure of your tank is. So, for example, and it cuts on usually 2 pounds of pressure beneath. So, for instance, my tank is pressurized at 40 pounds. So, at 38 pounds, 38 psi, my pump kicked on to put more water back into the tank. Okay, so you'll do the same thing. You'll just go in the house, turn on your water, and go out and watch the tank. And when the well pump kicks on, you'll see the gauge. It's either going to be 28 or 38. Okay, that's typically what it is. I know there are some tanks out there that are pressurized to 50 or 60. If that's the case, then you're going to either be 48 or 58. So that's a quick test. Now, once you've done that, you know how much pressure you're supposed to have in the tank, right? For me, it was 38 pounds pressure. All right, so you know what we're supposed to put in there. So you're going to go to that power switch now, turn off the power to the well pump. We need to stop the water pumping, all right? But leave the water on in the house. We need to drain the tank. We got to get all the water out of there, okay? Now, if you have an overflow on the outside, you can turn on a hose bib. Whatever you need to do, drain your tank. Now, if you've done this before, great. But there's a lot of new homeowners out there who have no idea what they're doing, and they're going to call the well pump guy, and they're going to charge them $200-300 to come out there and put a little bit of air in there, which is what we're going to do next. Once the tank is empty, you're going to get a tire pressure gauge. I use a digital one, and I just stuck it on there, and it told me I only had 22 pounds of pressure yesterday. So I needed to put more. Now, of course, if I was smart, I would have filmed this whole thing for you yesterday, but I forgot. So we're doing it today. All right. So I got out my air compressor, and I just filled it up with air. All right. Until it was 38 pounds of pressure. Then I put the little black cap back on there, turned the switch back on, the well filled back up with water, and I've got plenty of pressure. And that's it, guys. It is that simple. You don't have to be mechanically inclined if you have low water pressure if you're living on a well. Just simply check how much air you have in your tank. Okay? Now, if you did all of that and the water pressure did not come back, then you may have a pump problem. If you have a pump problem, then of course you're going to need to call your well guy. Okay. But if just by filling, if you went over, like for me yesterday, I checked when I got the tank empty and it was 22 pounds of pressure. I knew I had a problem. There was just not enough air because it's supposed to be 38 pounds. If you empty the water and you check it and it's 38 and it's supposed to be 38 and you still have no water pressure, then you should probably call your well pump guy because you probably have a pump issue. But 95% of the time, it's just going to be you need more air. All right. And that's about it. It's very simple. Again, don't forget, guys, like and subscribe to the channel, right? Do that right down there. We love to have you part of the community, part of the family, the Double Dipper family. And as always, be safe.